Hey YouTube, for the past couple of weeks I've been soloing the Nightfall strikes, and I think I've found pretty good ways to beat each and every strike in its Nightfall version. This week it's going to be the summoning pits, and I'm going to make subsequent videos showing the other strikes as they come up. I'm going to do them in the Nightfall strike itself, even though I could show you how to do it in regular strike, because I want to show you that you can complete it the way I'm doing it. First off, for this, it's Arc Burn this week, but if it's not Arc Burn, you can use something else. What you're going to want to do is have weapons with arc damage. In this case, I have Patience and Time, and I have Plan C. Now, Patience and Time is only going to be for enemies you can't get close to. Plan C, on the other hand, is going to be your moneymaker. You're going to use Plan C to blast just about every enemy that's not a low thrall. Thralls can be killed with one-shot headshots, except for the yellow barred versions of them. Those you're going to also have to take out with Plan C or an arc fusion rifle. I feel that fusion rifles are the best for dealing the most elemental damage per second without using a ton of ammo. With a sniper, you only have 12 shots. With a fusion rifle, especially Plan C, I'm not showing the clip size of others, as you can see, you get 30. I also have the Vision of Confluence, which is a fire damage or burn damage primary. You get this from beating the raid. I'm not sure if it's a hard mode you need to beat it on, but you could use anything else you have as well. I also have the Vex Mytho class, but after the nerf, I feel that the Vision of Confluence is actually a lot better. Plus, you get to use your exotic secondaries then, or your specials, whatever you wish to call them. In this case, Plan C, which is going to be the one gun you're gonna pretty much want to use. First of all, you could skip most of the enemies going in, and I'm gonna skip around basically after this part, just so you don't have to watch me walk through basically everything. What you're going to do here is you're going to actually want to clear these enemies out. You're not going to want to just blast past them. You can blast past them, but there is no reason to do that. If you do it, it's actually detrimental. The reason you want to kill these enemies is because later on you're going to actually be running back into this room to avoid wizards that spawn, because 4 of them that shoot almost infinite beams at you, not beams, I guess glorbs or orbs, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They shoot infinite orbs at you. See this one wizard? There's about 5 of those. Actually, that's a knight. It's that wizard. There he is. Basically, there's about 5 of them that spawn at one point in the next area. What you're going to want to do is actually run to this area, so make sure you clear it out. Also, while you're clearing the area out, you can die in there, so be careful, but if you die, it's not too big. Once you walk through this door, however, once you die, it ends the strike. It also helps a shit ton if you are a self-reviving warlock, basically a sun singer, or if you go on, Destiny's Reddit Sunbros. I don't know why that's called that. But anyway, this is the area where you're going to want to be the most careful. This is the toughest part of the entire strike. I'm goofing around a little bit because this is about the 6th time I've done it, and it kept fucking me over, and then I realized that the Plan C was my best bet and to stop using Patience and Time. So, when these enemies spawn, there's a bunch of thralls. You're going to be able to kill them with your fusion rifle pretty easily. If you get overwhelmed, throw down a grenade, because they will not pass their grenade. Don't be confused though, they will walk into that area that I was hiding in. They'll follow you through there. Don't think that there's an invisible barrier stopping them. They will follow you. Now I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but you can see how much this primary fusion rifle wrecks enemies. And this is where I was talking about that self-revive coming in handy. Yeah, I self-revive a couple of times and I almost died right there. And I almost died right there as well because I thought those giant globs were going to kill me, but it didn't. The Plan C is honestly the best gun I have, and the best gun you can use in this scenario, especially with Arc Burn. Another technique I have with using the Plan C is if you run out of ammo and you don't have special ammo synthesis packs, you're going to need a few of those if you don't have the Icebreaker, because the Icebreaker is a sniper that infinitely spawns ammo. So what you can do is run back into the area and go up the hill that I'm currently standing at the bottom of and use your Icebreaker. Once you have the Icebreaker, you just simply sling it on your back and just wait a couple seconds. Once its magazine fills up to 6 rounds, you switch back to the Plan C and it will have 15 rounds for you to use. Now, this is a lot more potent than the sniper would be. This sniper being Patience and Time, I have it leveled up to I think 267 damage. I turn invisible with it. It's good, I have the radar on, but it really doesn't do as much damage as Plan C does. The sniper takes about 3 shots in the body, 2 shots in the head. Plan C is just 1 shot. It saves so much ammo, I don't know why anyone would want to use anything else. You can even see how far the range is on Plan C right there. It killed that guy, and he's maybe 100 feet ahead of me. Once you get towards the end of Rune Decoded 1 of 3, there's going to be a bunch of wizards coming at you. There might even be a few knights, I'm not sure though. I assume it was just 3 or 4 wizards that spawned. These aren't the wizards I was talking about, by the way. There's a whole shit ton more wizards that are about to head your way. What you gotta do is literally just stay at this corner. They're gonna stay back from you. They're not gonna go too close. And just blast them with your plan C. If you run out of ammo, use a synthesis pack, use your icebreaker and run away for a little while and then come back in. Do whatever you have to do, just kill these wizards. Ah, yeah, there was a knight, but you see how much one blast from plan C does. They're no threat whatsoever, especially if you could jump. Once you hit wave 2, you're going to find that a lot more of the exploding cursed thralls are going to start coming at you, but a lot less enemies are going to charge you. Most of them are going to stay back and just try and pick you off from afar. You don't really have to worry though until you start to fight the wizards and their leader Mormu, who sounds like a whale from, SeaWorld that's kind of getting abused a little bit. But yeah, that's the guy you got to watch out for, and his 3 other, wizard buddies. And speaking of them, here's where they spawn and literally fuck my shit up. I see one of them and they both just fire their infinite cannon at me. I use my self-revive as a warlock and almost get my ass handed to me a second time. You really got to be careful even if you can self-revive yourself, and if you can, you have to be even more careful. Now remember when I said to clear out that room behind you before? This is why, because we're standing in it right now. The enemies do not come through this hallway, but they will fly within it. What you're going to do is you're going to want to use your plan C, get them to come close to you, or at least within decent range, and just blast them away. You're going to get shot at a lot, so you're going to have to stick to the left and the right. If you stand to the left and right, they really can't hit you that much. They might get 1 or 2 shots through, but as long as you just stick to the plan, stand in the middle of the hallway, only to shoot, and then immediately duck to the sides, you're pretty much good. Now once you kill Shamu and his little bit of buddies, you're gonna just basically walk in this room, kill the 2 or 3 thralls that seem to remain, and then you just walk through the door. I was being a little cautious because I didn't know what enemies still remained, and I didn't know if more were going to pop through that door. But in this instance, nothing came through the door, so I decided to just take my luck, not for granted, but be happy that there's no enemies and just simply run through. At the end of this hallway, there is a room filled with 1 ogre and 1 knight, a few thralls, and a couple other enemies thrown in. So be careful and don't run in right away. Stay back, don't run in completely, and just chip away at their health. If you run in, the thralls are going to come at you from the left and right, and there's a couple cursed ones that might blow up right next to you and just fuck you up. So if you aren't a Sunrising Sunsinger, whatever you want to call it, Fireborn Sunsinger, really be careful. What you're going to want to do once you get into this area is stay back until the knight or wizard spawns. Once the wizard or knight spawns, just blast it with your plan C, and it should kill them in about a couple seconds. There's also going to be a couple more acolytes and some other low-level enemies. You could pretty much take out 2 headshots. After you take out these enemies though, there is going to be a dropship that is going to drop off a wizard. If there might be 2, I'm not sure, but for me it was just 1. So be careful and don't think once you clear all these enemies out, you're going to be in the clear. There's going to be a dropship coming. Once you kill the wizard or wizards, you're going to want to head down this hallway where the 2 knights are. Don't let them live, kill them, because if you let them live, there's a chance they might shoot you where you're going to stay in order to kill the boss easily. Once you kill them, you're going to walk into one of 3 rooms. The first room will be room A, the second room, room B, and third room C. This is room A. Once I walk through this door, this is room B, which is going to be our safe room, and this is room C. What you're going to want to do is run into room C, open the door, shoot Fogoth as much as you can in order to break him loose. Once he breaks loose, you're going to want to run back into room B. Once you run back into room B, be sure not to stay in room C for more than 10 seconds, because once you let Fogoth loose, if you stay in room C, one of those flying purple crazy shits that will explode when you shoot them will spawn. Now what you're going to want to do is do what I'm doing right now, is aim through this door frame, through the little rock crack, at Fogoth. That's all you have to do to kill him. Simply just stand here and he will walk towards you perpetually, shoot a little bit, and that's all you gotta do really. Just keep shooting him, keep focusing fire on him, and eventually you'll chip away his health. If he happens to move out of the doorway, what you're going to want to do is run forward, toss a grenade to the direction he's standing in, and force him to move in the other direction. Or moving forward sometimes just works well enough. But make sure you don't get too overzealous, because enemies will spawn between you and Fogoth and you have to kill them in order to get through to shoot him. Now, I died right there, and if I wasn't a self-reviving warlock, I made it all the way through the strike for absolutely nothing. So be careful and know your limits, because if you can't revive yourself, don't do anything too risky. And right here, I just happened to get lucky and didn't die. But I was that close, as you can see. Any bullet from any enemy would have killed me right there. So sometimes it's not an amount of skill that'll save you, but a little bit of luck. Don't trust luck though, please. Be very careful and don't do anything stupid like I was doing. So in about 5 minutes, if you keep this up, you will kill Fogoth. Now don't run forward immediately because the enemies still need to despawn, but you've beaten the strike. That's it, just wait for the screen to pop up before you decide to run too far forward, unless you know by looking at your radar that there are no more enemies. It took me running into this room to trigger the fact that I had completed the strike, so you might have to do that yourself. Funny enough, from completing this strike, I got the exotic gun that you pretty much need to complete the strike. So I have 2 patience and times now, and I don't know what to do with it. I might break it down, but I already have like 50 ascendant energy, so I don't know what to do with it, but I thought it was pretty funny that it gave me the gun I used to kill the boss with. So hopefully with this video you were able to beat the Nightfall strike on your own, soloing it. And I hope you did. So with that, I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more Nightfall strike tutorials, don't forget to click subscribe up in the corner because it's free, it's fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.